If you are even slightly connected to the world of design, you have definitely heard of Canva. But what most people don't know is the inspiring story behind it. Canva's co-founder Melanie Perkins started with absolutely nothing, no big funding, no tech background, just a powerful vision. And today, that vision has turned into a $40 billion company used by over 220 million people worldwide. In a world ruled by design giants like Adobe, CorelDRAW, and games, how did a small Australian startup company manage to break through the noise and become a global design powerhouse? And what made Canva stand out in such a crowded marketplace? What massive challenges did they overcome in their early years? And most importantly, what powerful business lessons can entrepreneurs like you and me take from Canva's incredible journey? Let's rewind to 2007. Melanie Perkins was studying at the University of Western Australia. At this time, Melanie was also a private tutor for students learning graphics design. Every week, she saw students struggling with tools like Photoshop and InDesign, tools that were made for professionals, not for everyday users. That pain sparked an idea. What if design was as simple as just drag and drop? With her partner Cliff Obrate, she launched Fusion Books, a simple online tool that helps students design and print their own yearbooks. It wasn't glamorous, but it worked. And more importantly, it validated their idea, and Fusion Books became their foundation. But Melanie had a much bigger vision, a platform where anyone from a student to business owners could create stunning designs without needing a graphics design degree. That vision eventually became Canva. Every successful company has a phase when world says this will never gonna work. For Canva, that phase came early and it came hard. So what challenges did they face in the beginning? Canva wasn't born in a tech hub like Silicon Valley. It started in Perth, Australia, far away from the global startup ecosystem. The team had limited funding, no connection, and no credibility in tech world. In the early days, Melanie and Cliff did everything themselves. Customer support, marketing, even manually printing and delivery during the Fusion Books phase. And while they had a big vision, turning that vision into a real world product was a massive challenge for them. They knew that they had a solid idea and even validated it through the Fusion Books. So why did they get rejected so many times? Melanie pitched Canva to over 100 investors, and most of them said no. But why? Some investors didn't like that the founders were a couple, and others doubted Melanie because she didn't come from a tech background and the product was all tech related, and many couldn't understand the market. Why would non-designers need a design tool? Most of all, Canva early pitch was too focused on technical features, not the problem it was solving. Investors couldn't feel the pain point Canva wanted to eliminate. So how did they overcome these challenges? Instead of giving up, Melanie improved the pitch. She shifted the narrative from here is our tech stack to here is the real problem we're solving. She made the pain relatable. People struggle with design tools. They're expensive and complex and not built for the average person. And Canva will change that. They brought in Cameron Adams, a former Google engineer, to strengthen the product and credibility. His presence gave Canva technical edge and reassured investors that this wasn't just a dream. It was being built by the people who knew what they were doing. After failing more than 100 attempts to secure investment, how did they get their first one? Their breakthrough came when they connected to Lars Rasmussen, the co-creator of Google Maps. He saw the potential of Canva's mission and became the tech advisor. With his backing and a stronger team in place, they finally secured the first major investment of 1.5 million in seed funding, and the Australian government matched that amount, doubling their starting runway. It wasn't easy, it wasn't fast, but through persistent clarity and strategy, Canva finally got the fuel it needed to launch. After 2 years of building quietly and getting rejected again and again, Canva finally launched in 2013. And what happened next? It was magic. Within the first years, Canva attracted over 750,000 users. And that isn't luck. That's what happens when a product solves a real pain point in a beautiful and simple way. No more confusing interface, no more expensive software, just drag and drop and design. Whether you are a student or a teacher or a startup owner or a content creator, you could now make professional designs without being a designer. And the Canva was all that. One of the Canva's smartest move was their freemium business model. The basic tools were completely free, giving people a taste of Canva's power. But if you wanted more advanced features like premium template or team collaboration, you would need to upgrade to Canvas Pro or Canva Enterprise. This strategy made Canva accessible to everyone while generating constant and scalable revenue. From freelancers to Fortune 500 companies, everyone found value at their own level. But Canva didn't stop at subscription. They expanded into Canva Print, letting users print and shift their design worldwide. A marketplace where you can buy premium element and template. Design School, Canva's free education platform that helps people improve their design and skills. Recently, Canva launched Canva Code, making coding accessible to everyone regardless of their technical background. Their vision was crystal clear: empower the world to design, and every product decision aligned with that. As word spread, so did Canva. Today, the platform is used in over 190 countries, supports more than 100 languages, and has over 220 million monthly active users. They're not just a design tool anymore, they're an ecosystem. 80% of Fortune 500 companies now use Canva. And startup, Canva is often the first tool they open after registering their domain. And here is the mind-blowing part. From those early rejections to now, Canva is valued over $40 billion as of now in just 12 years. Startup built outside Silicon Valley by a young female founder with no tech background and became one of the most valuable private company in the world. That's not just growth, it's a revolution. So how did Canva actually win in a world already dominated by giants like Adobe, CorelDRAW in design? They solved the real problem that others ignored. Let me explain. Most design tools were built for professional designers that were powerful but also complicated, expensive, and overwhelmed for regular people. Melanie noticed this firsthand while teaching students at university. They struggled with the tools like Photoshop, even for the basic tasks like creating a poster or resume. That was Canva's opportunity. Instead of targeting professionals, Canva asked, what if anyone, even a school kid, could design something beautiful in just a few clicks? And that insight changed everything. While computer kept adding complex features, Canva focused on simplicity, speed, and accessibility. They didn't try to be the most powerful tool, they aimed to be the easiest. The genius of Canva wasn't just a perfect product, it was in the audience they chose. They didn't build for experts, they built for teachers, marketers, students, entrepreneurs, people who wanted a great designs without learning graphics design. In doing so, they unlocked a massive global market that others ignored. While many startups rushed to release a minimum viable product, Canva did the opposite. They spent 2 years building quietly, refining the product, testing the tech, making sure it would scale. That patience paid off. When Canva finally launched, it was smooth, fast, and felt like the magic. Melanie didn't come from fancy college or have a technical co-founder at first, but she never stopped networking, learning, and pitching. That's how she met Lars Rasmussen, co-founder of Google Maps, who became her early advisor and helped Canva secure funding. So you don't need a perfect resume, you need a clear vision and guts to keep showing up. Canva didn't win by being the most powerful tool, it won by being the most useful one. From a tiny room in Perth, Australia, to a $40 billion design empire, Canva shows us what's possible when you mix purpose, empathy, and execution. So next time, entrepreneurs like you and me are building something We have to ask ourselves, what problem are we solving and who are we making life easier for? And that's how revolution begins. If you like this video and you learned something from it, then smash that subscribe button. We have a target to reach 500 subscribers within this month, and I hope you guys will support me to reach that. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next one.